Welcome everyone to Stillman, our 16th of 16th oldest Second Life regions. And this is our last stop, guys. This is the last one. Last time we looked at the 15th region, which I believe was Varney, and it was not doing well at all. And from that shot I just took behind us, it still looks to be almost the exact same. I guess somebody's put out little rental boxes, it seems. Got a nice little telehub thing here. Obviously this doesn't appear to be a telehub, but perhaps it was one at one point, back in the past. We can see a good look of the Ivory Tower behind us here. It's been a while since we've seen it. Okay, so we're going to be doing our clockwise go around here. Let's see a little bit of a river going over towards the Ivory Tower. Seems to follow along this region out to the open sea, I think. So we need bridges to get across from this region to over here. Which they do have them. It doesn't appear the Ivory Tower area has changed much. Perhaps a little bit over on that side, on the left. But still a sandbox with a couple little things scattered about. Let's take a look at this sign real quick and see what it says. To the Free Bazaar. Alright, so we have at least one shop here of a sort, which appears that is, in fact, right here. There's a lot of nice tree around this area, which appears that on this side there's not a whole lot besides that with the trees. But we're going to go ahead and work our way around here a bit and take a look on this side, which we see that library is still there. The one we had come across probably like 8 videos ago, or around there. I wonder if they filled it out a bit more or not yet. Got a tube up there in the sky, that's a bit weird. We see a tiny island off the coast there. But overall, just seeing it from there, I can't tell if things have particularly changed over there or not, because the main building obscures the rest of the region for the most part. So I'm going to assume not for at least half of it. That whole area with the library and this building next to it seems to be still in the same exact placement and all that. Got a rocky beach side here, which is interesting. I don't think I've seen that before. Got a bit of a hill over there, but right over there is there's no region, I don't believe. Or maybe if it is, it's just a lake region they put there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bazaar. So this is a free bazaar. I've never actually seen a place made like this, but perhaps this is a prototype of how regions based on free things that you could come and get as a newbie to the game may have started. But yeah, we'll take a stroll around here. We can see many various things. Not much of it mesh, doesn't look like. Which makes sense since we're deep in mainland here. But I always do find it curious to find places like this and see the things they have out. Like, a lot of this stuff is probably stuff that was made closer to 10 years ago than it is not. Check out the Second Life Showcase. Suggestions on great places to visit in world, and read blogsecondlife.com. That's a nice looking fountain over there. Got a few more flowers, pots, things of that nature over here. Yeah, that tree and that fountain looks actually pretty nice. And the tree has some glow to it, as with the advanced lighting on it, I can tell. 0% lag. That's actually is not much lag at all, really. There's not a lot of people around. Well, over at the Ivory Tower there would be people, but besides that, there's probably not a whole lot around. Yeah, it looks like we have some building stuff on this part of it. Looks like they tried to categorize things. And that moon is just kind of... yeah, it's doing its own dance, it looks like. Now it's back to normal, huh? Just stopped right when we started looking at it, I guess. And we got some more stuff up this way, though it's a lot less crowded as the bottom floor was. These look like just various... well, these stuff might actually be mesh things. So maybe they've put the mesh things up here. Looks like stuff you would rarely see at like a junkyard or something like that. The theming of the stuff there. And we got some script-related stuff as well up here. That's pretty nice. And we see two giant teddy bears off to the side there. They're one of the two landmarks I would consider for this region, honestly. Which is rare that we have a choice of two different ones. But the other one would definitely probably be the castle that's been here for quite a long time. And we got some textures as well waiting for us here. Textures are often put up for freebies. And we got some avatar stuff here as well. Guess a few bodies down there as well, huh? And I guess there's some men stuff as well. Here's some sort of noise coming from something here. Get yourself like a dollhouse, it looks like. Yeah, I think that's about it for the free bazaar here. I think we'll move along. Guess we'll see what's beyond this bit of a mountain here in the middle of the region. We have some more trees dotting the outer regions here. Nothing really along the side besides this cliffy rock side, which is an interesting little bit here. I actually like it quite a bit. Adds a little bit of detailing to the side of the sim. There's not a whole lot on. Here we have something. I actually figured out what this was the last time I was here looking at the sim. Before recording, and this is actually akin to like a bunker almost, where if you go over here and touch this area of the square, it will actually open up and you go down below. Really neat little thing, I have to say. I'm guessing somebody actually carved out the ground for this with a terrain editor and put this down below here. And they had to line up the water with it too to make the dock. It's a really nice little thing here, I have to say. But it appears to be like a meditation spot from what I can tell. We have a lot of mats out here on the water edge. And everything, you can actually see the outside from the inside here, but from the outside you wouldn't be able to see in, so that's pretty neat too. Got an old style couch here. A statue. And a candle here too, which is in a pretty nice little, neat little shape here. Stuck in like a globe, essentially. Oh, there's something sparkling down here. It appears to be a pearl. Yeah, it turned gray, huh? Or silver, I guess. Let me get it back up here if I can. There we go. It's closed again. Forgot to mention that I'm using my Robo avatar from when I did the Boom video. I figured using that one would be a good send-off for this mini-series I've been doing. Looks like we have a nice little river here. Let's go ahead and follow it, I think. And it leads out a little bit of ways out into the open sea here. Which I do like these little river sets people can make. Here's just a little bit of a building here. Not a very big one, though. We get some more alien-looking flora here. And off to the end there, we can see what looks like a giant cat of some sort roaming by. Over on the other sim nearby. Somebody has a home over there with a boat and everything. That's one of the sims that we never visited on this series because it's a bit further away from the 16, but always neat to see what's on the sides. And I guess this is just kind of like a viewing pavilion or something along those lines. Maybe just a lounge that somebody put here to look at the seaside. Nice bit of art back there. We'll get some more of this alien-looking floor over here. Yeah, we're just about at the region end here. Nice looking bird here, of course. I guess this must be like somebody's lounging area or something along those lines. And they've made themselves a exotic garden. And back there actually looks like an untextured bench is back there. Alright, let's continue along the coast side here. Oh, we got a glitch message here. That's for the glitch game that Second Life made, I think, like a year back. Yeah, it's kind of like a Pokemon game, sort of, where you go and capture little creatures called glitches. I'm not seeing any around here, though, so I'm curious about why there'd be a message. Or perhaps this shoreline's owned by Lemon Labs and not privately owned. See a nice view of the other sim nearby. There seems to be one home here, besides the castle, of course, that we're coming up on pretty quickly. Well, we see more of the rocky ends on the shoreline here, though, but it actually seems to be quite a bit more than it was on the other side. We got some sheep roaming around out here. Just waiting for their faces to kind of res in completely, especially that one on the right. Ah, there we go. If only I had some grass to feed them. Ah, we got a bigger river running through here, so let's go ahead and see where this starts at and take a look at it. And as we come up across it, we can tell that this castle is pretty much massive. It's been here a couple of years too, I remember that for sure. And we see the region that we were at last time, and it looks like it hasn't changed really at all. It's still very empty. There's a couple of houses straight about out here, but for the most part nothing else is really there, which is unfortunate because I usually like to see how things have changed and that region appears to have stagnated. And the river leads us all the way down here, going out into the open sea once again. There's a little bit of steam coming off it, which is a nice little touch. Or I guess like splashing, I guess would actually be more correct to say. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this house over here, which appears to be the only home in the modern style on this region. Looks like it has its own bar and everything too. Very nice. A little bit of crackling of fire I hear in the background. Royal Hotel. Got a little bit of art here up at the bar. Guess we'll be able to head on up and see what else is here as well. According to the parcel name, this is also an art gallery, so there probably is a bit more going on here. Cyrus Apollo is offline. We can see the bears now, which apparently I think are this person's creation. So let's go ahead and cam up to them a bit here. Get a nice view of them. They're hanging around basically the mountaintop here in the region. Wouldn't surprise me if they made the juggling monkey as well back there. So I think that one's technically on Varney. I think it is slightly curious, though, that they're facing this way instead of out towards the Ivory Tower, where people would see them frontally probably more than this direction. In any case, we have definitely gotten into the more area, which is basically like a store art gallery type of thing. We have little mini bears here as well that we could get. And a few clothing options as well. And we got a few pictures of somebody dressed up as a fae or a fairy along those lines. This doesn't appear to be... Oh, well, I guess it does lead back to the room we were just in. Got a nice looking fountain there, it appears, that's looping on itself. Some magazines on the counter. Or table, I mean. These pictures are cycling through something, but they're doing it so fast that I'm not quite able to catch them. Got a tapestry here, which looks like it's a medieval or fantasy type thing. Let's head upstairs. It looks like we found the bedroom for here. Got a few more pictures on the walls here. Guess there's some dolls on the bedside. Oh, these pictures change as well. Green Lantern bear. Let's see. I think at this point we can go ahead and take a look at the other side of the region now, for the most part, where the castle is located. Taking a rotating view of the bears there. It looks like we have some games left out about here. We're just about back where we started. Yeah, this appears to be some sort of, I guess like match the patterns sort of thing. There's a couple people with, some people in some thousand score there. I think somebody's in like 30,000 is the highest one. Okay, I guess you would have to jump on the pads to, make it work. But yeah, I guess this would be a look at some of the more early type of games that were on Second Life here. This one I think might be text-based. Cyrus Designs also has a thing out this way, too. Let's go ahead and take a look out back over this way a bit, though. Technically went into Varney here. Let's go ahead and head back. But yeah, I'm not seeing any difference on that region compared to how it was last time. Besides the for sale boxes, I don't believe those were there before. It looks like the garden area, which was the highlight of the region, is still there, though. Just from looking at the very back there, which is nice. So it's definitely a nice piece of work. It looks like maybe they had like a mini shop area here, or perhaps they used to have a shop here and moved it. I'm not quite sure. Alright, at this point we only have the castle left to look at, which was the thing I was keeping for last particularly because it's definitely very noticeable in this sim. You can see it on the surrounding sims by quite a ways too. So let's take a look at this big thing, which it doesn't look like it's made out of mesh. It looks like somebody's actually taken to building it piece by piece. Alrighty, so we got like the main area, I guess. This would be like the lobby. Got a clock, a fireplace, some tapestries up, some lighting. I believe this clock actually works. A lot of the clocks in Second Life actually tell the Second Life time, which I believe is like the time on the western coast of the United States is Second Life time. We got a little bit of, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I think it might be wall trying to get through the surface. It's having issues. But yeah, this place is huge. We got this fountain here that's filled with, I assume, is roses. The tops of them haven't rezzed up yet, but they're going to be probably either black or red roses, I assume. Maybe white as well. I don't seem to want to rez up. Oh, there we go. Red roses. Okay. Looks like we have a library back here as well. A little bit more of that surface tension with, I think, two walls colliding there. Somebody's definitely an avid reader here, apparently. We can see a nice view out here of, I think that's that sim along the beach side that we were talking about before. Yeah. Looks like there's a whole hotel over there or something along those lines. Couldn't really see it before because the sky picture was in the way. Okay, so perhaps this just isn't textured. We can see a nice view of the books that are sitting on the ground here. I think now we can head up to the upper floor. Yeah, a little bit of... Looks like they still need to texturize the top stair there. But it doesn't look like there's anything actually up here. There's a neat little spiral on the ground here, which I think is actually being caused by the advanced lighting hitting down here, which is actually a pretty neat little effect. Yeah, we can see the spires, which appear to be little enclosed spaces with each of them. I'm guessing this castle just on its own is probably a massive amount of prims. Because I actually have a castle skybox, which is the smallest type of castle you could probably have, which would be which skyboxes usually aren't that big. And that's still probably at least 200 something prims, I think. So I can't even imagine what something like this would be prim-wise. Looks like somebody's been putting torches out as well. Feels like the castle might be a work in progress still. I guess particularly up on the upper floor here. But we can see great views from here, that's for sure. Ah, we're back in the main room already. Guess we managed to do a complete loop. Nice little shot of the chandelier there. All lit up with the fires. And it appears we found, perhaps this is an elevator. It seems to lead to an upper floor. It has a call button, but I can't actually touch the call button, so perhaps this is still a work in progress as well. But we could definitely fly up there, so let's go ahead and do that. It appears there's actually 2 more floors up here. This appears to be leading to another floor that's mostly on the outside of the castle. So let's go ahead and check out the top floor then, I assume. If we can find the way back to where the elevator was. Is it right here? Yes, it is. So up here. I'd say this is a really nice castle, though. Like, you definitely can tell somebody's put in a lot of work for this. But this does appear to be the top floor. I'm not seeing anything on the roof showcasing that there's another floor, so we're pretty high up, though, I have to say. We're pretty much above everything else on this region, and for most of the other regions, too. We got a gargoyle hanging off the side here on this one. Go ahead and text refresh that so we can get a good view at it. Pretty ghastly looking thing. I think we'll go ahead and fly, though, and take a look at the rest of the top of the castle here. We see down there, that's where we entered in. This thing is definitely massive. Got a tower here, which I think we could get into, but it doesn't look like it actually comes from anywhere. It looks like nothing else is accessible from the top, the very top here. I think that's about it for Stillman. Definitely is a pretty nice sim, which I'm happy for. This is ending on a good note. Which, yeah, guys, this is the ending. This is the end of the 16th Ola's Second Life Regions tour. Took us years to do it. I think I started in 2015 or 2016 with Daboom. Didn't actually plan on making a series out of it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this this whole thing. And I'll be making more Second Life videos as it comes along. So I'll see you guys next time. And I hope you enjoyed.